Hey, welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson, aka Professor Tex, aka Uncle Tex. Hey, man, I'm gonna do a little NFL, the wrap up, Super Bowl wrap up and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to make it kind of quick and everything like that, man. It pretty much ended the way I didn't want it to end, but the way you expected it to end based upon the bizarro year that we had with the carnivorous virus and all that stuff like that, man, and how all this stuff just went. And I was telling someone, I said, just the fact that the Super Bowl was in Tampa and the fact that Tom Brady got traded to Tampa, I was like, and I said, how fitting would it be for after the coronavirus, Brady going over there, and then the first time a team ever hosting it, and for Brady to win it and be the oldest quarterback to win a Super Bowl pretty much again, because he's already did it a couple of years ago as the oldest, and now he's even older. So it's just like he keeps breaking his own records. And kudos to Tampa Bay, man. I said, them guys, they played ball. They already had a talented squad coming from last year. They just had the issue with quarterback with old crab legs. But sent him on his way, got Brady, and they did what they supposed to do. They had a few bumps along the way, but they got it together. And I think that's what happens when you have a player like him that comes along, and people don't understand work relationships are extremely important. And let me go back a little bit, because one of the things I keep hearing, because everybody's making this thing about Belichick, Brady, this, that. Like I told y'all last time, if Brady wanted to stay in New England, he could have stayed in New England. He just wasn't going to get paid. He just wasn't going. Kraft was not going to pay him what he paid a quarterback like that at his age. He just wasn't going to do it. That's business. That had nothing to do with anything else. That was business. Tampa Bay was willing to do that. They figured, like what they said, Bruce Arians said, no risk it, no biscuit. They risked it. They got the biscuit at the end. That's how it works. A lot of times that's not going to work. Now the funny thing about what I said before I go on, I'm like, this whole Brady Belichick thing needs to stop. There is no 6 Super Bowl championships in New England if Belichick's not there. There is no 6 Super Bowl championships if Brady's not there. There's no 6 Super Bowl championships if Kraft's not there, right? You think you were going to do that with Jim Irsay? So the point I'm making is, and you're not going to have any of those 6 championships if not for people like Teddy Bruschi. I don't know a lot of those guys' names. Willie McGinnis, Ty Law, Richard Seymour, a lot of good, Brown, a lot of good players, very good players that contributed to those championships, man. I tell you guys, we all know this is not tennis. And I'm sitting up there seeing things all across the way. You even have women talking about, oh, Serena did this. She did 23 Grand Slams. I'm like, that's just a part of me. This is like, I don't really want to hear women who really don't know sports. I don't want to hear anything about that because you don't know anything about sports. All you want to do is count what that is. If Serena plays against somebody, one person is one-on-one. Tom Brady is one of 11 people on the field. Matter of fact, he's one of 21 people out there on the field at the same time. Okay? Like I said, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady never took the field at the same time. The only time you see them at the field at the same time is when the congratulatory and the sportsman handshake and all that shit. That's the only time. So cut the crap. You even had some guy talking about, man, I don't know, it's this cricket player that won this day. A cricket player? This is why I'm just so sick of social media, because you have a bunch of people that got diarrhea at the mouth who have absolutely it's ridiculous, stupid, some of the things that they say out of their mouth. Great accomplishment for Tom Brady. First 100-some years of the NFL, he's the best quarterback in this play. I ain't gonna say he's the talented. I said Tom Brady, his mantra that he learned from Belichick. What was that mantra? Do your job. Brady just does his job. He doesn't have no great arm. He doesn't have athleticism. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. He just does his job. And if anybody's ever been in the workforce knows that when you have a team and everybody does their job, life goes the day goes by so much better. Work is better. It's not a problem coming to work. It only becomes a problem when you don't have B and C doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes an issue. That's when you don't want to go to work. That's when you wish you was any place else but that place, right? That's just real stuff. And that's the way somebody like Brady is. Like I said, the whole mantra with no days off and stuff like that is, and everything is that. And I just think that Tom Brady at a certain time, Bruce Arians said something, because I don't think Bruce Arians like Belichick at all, but I just think he takes some jab at him. He wants to be able to coach as well. In other words, Brady was like, damn, dude, all this shit that I've done, I can coach, because you're basically coaching when you're out there on the field. And he gave him an opportunity, gave him rest, gave him this, that he didn't treat. In other words, somewhere along the line, Belichick treated Tom just like anybody else, which I think that worked into a certain extent. But once you win about 4 or 5, man, and you still at 3 or 4 or 5, you need to give him a break, and I understand that. I get that. And Bruce Arians seen that, and that's why it worked. But Tom Brady will tell you in a heartbeat that kudos go to that damn defense. Them guys play lights out. JPP, Shaq Barnett, suing them up there, man. My man Devin White, loving that kid, man. Loving that cat running around there like that, man. They gave him hell. And this narrative now that you're starting to hear and that I'm starting to see, I saw something where, what's his name? Stephen A. Smith. Again, and these guys know better. You would think they know better. But I guess this is what the media does, I guess, to a certain extent. My thing on my platform, what I always want to try to do is I try to get it to grow and do what I need to do. I just want to bring another perspective of it, kind of a fan/analyst to the part of certain things them guys won't even talk about. And they won't even say it. Because some of the things that they're saying doesn't even make any sense. They said, Pat Mahomes get the GOAT talk. Why even have that talk? His career hasn't ended yet. It's just getting started. So you can talk about that with Brady. Brady could have stopped playing 10 years ago. All right? But he's still playing, still doing his thing. He's just adding on to his legend. Fine, so be it. Mahomes is just trying to build one. Now, Mahomes might blow his damn ACL out, and who knows what happened. His career may go down the tubes. His old lady might take him for everything he got. He might start going upside the head. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how this thing works, how it works out. Nobody knows. But right now, based upon what he's done, hey, man, because shit like that happens. I remember one time, people, for those who really even remember, I remember when Andre Rison started out the gate. His first 5 years was comparable to Jerry Rice's, and he was on his way. Next thing you know, Left Eye burning down his damn house, and dude burning down his damn house. Burning down his damn house. Career went down the freaking tubes. Done. Career down the tubes. Just like in a twinkling of an eye. Down the tubes. A promising career that had Hall of Fame numbers written on it, getting added to it. Career down the drain. And there's a host of other guys. I'm not going to go into it. He just popped up like that. Of somebody that's on their way and then it goes a completely different way. Not trying to compare it to, but Mahomes as a quarterback is a different light. But you had somebody like Stephen A. Smith say, man, you got beat by a 43-year-old. Does that even make any sense, y'all? How do you get beat by a 43-year-old when you're not playing against a 43-year-old? It's a reason why Brady was hardly unscathed. His offensive line came to play. Period. Guys couldn't get on him. I think they sacked him maybe once, maybe. No pressure. I tell you guys all the time, pressure is more significant to me than a sack. A sack only becomes something that's meaning. A sack, I've seen guys get sacked on first down, lose 10 yards. I've seen guys get sacked on second down, lose 10, 12 yards. Now it's 3rd and 22. And I've sit up there seeing every quarterback down to Brady, down to Mahomes, down to tons of them other quarterbacks after getting sacked and knocked around, this, that, and the other, only to end up throwing a 23-yard dart first down. That sack didn't mean that really at the end of the day. If that sack didn't cause a turnover, if it wasn't a strip sack or whatever that caused a turnover, if it didn't take you out of field goal range, if it didn't sit up there and cause you to have 4th down and have to get off the field, it should just be a tackle for loss because it don't mean anything. Pressure means a lot because then it starts getting mental. It starts being a mental game. It's like, man, they coming from me, Tom Brady said something interesting about how the pressure that they put on Mahomes. He said, I've been in those situations like that. You have a clock that goes off how you want certain things to go, and the pressure's coming. You don't have time to do it. You can't do it. It throws you off. And I don't care. No quarterback wants that. And that's what they put Mahomes in. Mahomes was in trouble, and that was it. It was about the pressure. It was about the pressure. And they put pressure on this kid from Jump Street. Then even when they had the goal line, same thing, okay, they're getting ready to hit Tyreek, come out of the end zone, this, that, and the other, make a play and stuff. Then when I seen Kelsey miss that ball, I'm just like, that's not the same team. They don't have that with them. They didn't have it with them. And like I said, Tampa defense came to play. Man. Them guys weren't playing. And that's how you play against teams that play fast. Track me. You have to rush them, and you have to tackle them well. You have to be on them. But they had my man. They applied that pressure on him, and that's what it was. And like my brother said, pressure busts pipes, baby. And they ended up doing that. But that's not to take away anything from Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, Mahomes didn't play against him. Or that GOAT talk got to be, well, he's not talking about that. Y'all keep saying that. Y'all kick a man when he down. Here you got Skip Bayless not sitting up there saying that it's like, oh, his saying he's overhyped. How is he overhyped? What did he do to be overhyped? See, Skip Bayless is one of them type of guys who never was really athletic or anything like that. So he's latched on to Brady because Brady doesn't look athletic and all this stuff, but he still wins and he does it. He doesn't like athletic type quarterbacks. He doesn't like them. He likes just a regular type of quarterback. He comes from that particular era. So that's fine or whatever. But to try to sit up there now, people are trying to almost dismiss what this young kid has done. Not realizing it in the scope of things, if he puts up another 3 years like this, I already said he can walk away from the game. And this guy's 25 years old. This guy has at least another 10 to 15 years of football left in him. Just give him 10 till he's 35. Come on, man. And the way that the game's going, now Brady had just set it up again. You got somebody like Aaron Rodgers who's 37 going on 38. Look at what's getting ready to happen here. Somebody's going to have to pay Aaron Rodgers. If Green Bay's not going to come off the pot, somebody's going to have to pay him. And now with Brady doing what he's doing, trying to play till he's 45, the quarterback salary is getting ready to be astronomical here and whatnot. And by the time the younger guys really take a hold to it, it's going to be because of the old heads who keep pushing it up. You know what I'm saying? You have your 37-year-old MVP. And then you have a 43-year-old Super Bowl winner. Even though I know I said it's still about the young guys coming in. Them guys ain't got but so much longer left. However, they keep pushing the boundaries. So by the time these guys really sit up and get into their game, then all of a sudden, they're going to have to thank them guys for bringing it up. Even down to Drew Brees getting his team to where he got them to, more or less. But even just flailing out because, it's guys wouldn't go. Like I say, Drew Brees, his arm has been shot. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, man, so it's like, a crazy season and whatnot and fitting in, I suppose. I find it, I've seen yesterday, where first time I've actually really heard Russell Wilson basically come out and say, man, he needs some help. That man been running for his life since all the Legion of Doom and all them guys been gone. That guy has, he's taken a lot of heat. And he's been like the only thing, and he finally kind of like spoke out. And I think a lot of people are tripping out that he said that. And just like, yeah. You think about it. You think about Tom Brady. I think about Tom Brady and whatnot. It's like, I've never known him. It's been some games. Yeah, every quarterback's going to have one of those games. But it's been some games where, Tom Brady throughout his career, Tom Brady's not sacked. It's not sacked like that. Not under immense pressure like that all the time and whatnot. So I've said this before. Even Russell Wilson said it the other day. You start up front, both sides of the ball. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to protect your quarterback and whatnot. I said coming into the game, I said if they get out, if Kansas City got after Brady the way that they got after Allen, it would have been a long day for Brady. They didn't get after him. That's an ode to his line. Them hogs up front, man, the former offensive line myself. It's like, dude, it ain't a joke. If your line is nothing, you're nothing. If your defensive line is nothing, that's the first line of defense, offense, all of that. If you're not blocking, if you're not clogging it up, what good are you? If I can go through you like Swiss cheese and you can't come up with a pass rush, you're worthless. You are worthless. And you have to start up front. And you can have freaking whomever back there playing quarterback. If he's running for his life, it's over with. Patrick Mahomes is running for his life from first play. He was running for his life the whole freaking game. And if you can't plant your feet and try to pick your receivers, because they was playing too deep, to get in the middle, and you have to be perfect, and you running for your life. You can't sit and get right. You got to be spectacular all the time, and sometimes you just can't be always spectacular, you know. But hey, man, you know, like I said, I'm still be coming back with some stuff, even though the season's over with. I'm be having my nose to the grind, trying to get some things on the production tip right, and to find topics to talk about, interesting topics to talk about, even after the season is over with, and whatnot. And hey, man, you know, let's hope start seeing the fans in the stands coming up here back by September sometime, man. And this is the worst time of the year. It ain't no sports on nothing that worth watching. So be studying, doing a whole lot of other things, trying to get some things straight for the show itself. You guys have a good one. All right, I tell you guys, you know, punch that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments. Any ideas about the show, let a brother know. I could do a show or whatever like that, and we can talk about it. And I tell you guys all the time, there's no greatest of all time as long as time's still going on. And tell you guys all the time, numbers don't lie and get emotion. People do. You have a good one.